What I want to talk about on today's call is the state of marketing, the power of focus, Facebook advertising, the best 3 sales questions, video marketing, the importance of faces.
This call is being recorded.
Trade show sales best practices. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of events. Darren and Neil have as well. And there is definitely, I've actually put together here 13 best practices for trade show sales. And I'm going to go through each of these because we're going to be at the Inman conference. We're going to be at the Inbound conference. We're about to go to our conference, Excellence. And those are not small investments. It costs $30,000 to be at HubSpot's event. It costs $15,000 to be at Inman's event. We spend over $250,000 putting on Curaytor Excellence. So I'm going to invest a lot into these events, and I need my team that shows up to invest just as much. And I want to go through these 13 steps. Part of it is I'm not going to be at all the events. I'm not even going to be at Inman. As we grow, I won't be there as often. So number 1 is a grab and go mindset. I remember working with Chad Humphrey back in the day, Darren, and yes, you have a booth, and yes, you have a space, but your willingness to walk out of that space and grab people and engage them and bring them into your booth is where the trade show is won or lost. Think about it like a mall. If you're at the mall and you work in a store, you normally wait for people to come in. But have you ever walked past one of the kiosks with the hair dryer, with the hands lotion, right? What do those folks do? They grab you. Hey, sir, your shirt's wrinkly. Can I show you this iron? And they get turned down a lot. But if they don't grab people and bring them to the booth, no one comes to the booth. So I don't want you guys standing there like statues. I want you out grabbing people and bringing them in. The other thing is, you need an elevator pitch. Like, you need a 30-second intro. And what I hate is that everybody uses the same one. Like, you have to remember that the people at the trade shows, they go to the other booths. They don't just come to your booth. And what I've found is, like, one of the most common things to say when somebody walks up is like, hey, where are you guys from? Or you look at their badge like, oh, you're from Florida? Cool. Well, who cares where people are from? Like, make better small talk. Have small talk with a purpose. Like, your opening and your greeting needs to be custom and exciting, and it needs to come from you. And what I would do is try to think, like, what is every other person saying? Hey, are you, like, if we're at Inman, they're going to say, so are you in technology, or are you a realtor? Oh, are you a broker, or are you a technology company? Like, that's what everyone's going to say. So we want to have a differentiator. Like, what is your opening question that makes you different? Number 3, candy is for suckers. We need to make our swag special. We've done this in the past. I don't want to give out Hershey's Kisses. I want to give out books. I don't want to give out business cards. I want to give out pamphlets that people can go back and download something off of. Like, I hate that the most popular booth at a lot of these trade shows is the one that sells socks and sheets. Like, we need swag that's special. Candy is for suckers. I do not want to see Jolly Ranchers at our booth. I want to see valuable items that people can leave with and will remember. Again, what is everybody else giving away? They're giving away pens. They're giving away candy. They're giving away iPads. Let's give away something that's actually worth stopping by for. Let's give away content. Let's give away books. Let's give away the knowledge that we've got great podcasts to listen to. Candies for suckers. Make the swag special. Number 4, your elevator pitch is the entire pitch. There are going to be thousands of people that come to our booth that are not going to let you give them a full demo or a full pitch. So you need to make your elevator pitch so great that if that's all they get, they might remember it. And that's where if you just make the small talk like, hey, where are you guys from? Oh, want to learn more about Facebook ads? I've got a Facebook ad I can show you that got 180 leads. You have a second? Like that's fine. That's a great way to start it. But like the elevator pitch might be all you get. So make it powerful. What's the most powerful 60 seconds you can do? Hey, Curaytor makes small businesses grow faster. We take people's database and we make it bigger in the first 2 months than they made it in the last 2 years. Our founder wrote the book on lead conversion, and we've been featured by Adweek, Inc., and Forbes. Like your elevator pitch better be tight, because that's the only pitch you get with 98% of the people that come to the booth. Tip number 5 is that you have to clearly define your goals. Like, I totally get that your primary goal is a sale, but it would be pretty foolish to have that as your only goal. On a sales call, in the conversion code, I talk about what's called preferred additional outcomes. And so, of course, we want to make a sale, but what happens when we don't? What's the next thing that you want? The next thing I would want would be to know if they have any friends at the event that might actually want a demo too. The next thing might be biz dev opportunities. The next thing might be speaking opportunities. The next thing might be other booths. Like some of the best biz dev stuff we can do is not even the people that come to our booth. It's us going around to the other booths. And by the way, I want to make sure we do this, Sarah. I want Darren and Neil at Inman to have a signed copy of my book to give to every vendor, not just to give to the people that come to the booth that they chat with. These events are sometimes some of the best biz dev ops in the world. Number 6, this one's important. You are on the clock the entire time. Please don't ruin our brand at night, okay? You definitely want to network. And you guys are adults. You can go party and have fun. But my ask would be that when you're on the clock, that you party with a purpose and that you have a chaperone. Like if it's Wednesday night and Darren wants to have a lot of fun, then maybe that's the night that Neil shouldn't. Maybe on Thursday night, Neil has a lot of fun and Darren doesn't. But you can ruin what we've built for years in the blink of an eye. You have to hold yourself to an on-the-clock mindset from the second you leave your house until the second that you get back. Some of the things that will hurt your brand the most are the things that happen at 2 a.m. So please, please, guys, be careful. We spent years building this the right way, and you can ruin it in seconds by doing stupid stuff at trade shows. Number 7, being on time, looking fresh, and smelling good with energy to spare is not a request. It is a requirement. You are not to be late to the booth. You are not to show up smelling like alcohol. I don't want your shirt half tucked in and wrinkled. If you're going to the trade show, you're going there to work. I know I shouldn't have to say this stuff, but I need to say it sometimes, just keeping it real. Number 8, when we do a multi-day trade show, you have to understand that the first day and a half or two, you might actually just be planting seeds. And then on day 2 and 3 or 4, that's when you might be turning the corner. So think of it like the Gary Vee book, right? Jab, 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 right hook. Day 1 and 2, you're kind of jabbing. You don't want to go for the kill on day 1 or 2 because on day 1 or 2, they're still just getting their bearings. You want to make a great impression, impress them, wow them. But if somebody doesn't buy your shit on day 1 of a trade show, that actually makes them smart, not stupid. You're going to be at the trade show for 4 days. Why would you buy something on day 1 when you can come back on day 4 or day 3 to get it before you leave? So what I want you guys to do is on days 1 and 2, have a gatherer mindset. And on days 3 and 4 or 2 and 3, have a hunter mindset. That's really important. Number 9, business cards suck, but they are part of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. While I hate business cards, and I really think that they're obsolete, They are part of the trade show culture. You need to collect as many as you can, and you need to give out as many as you can. Just that simple. Number 10, the pre-show stalk. So just like when we do a call over the phone with one person and we spend 10 or 15 minutes kind of evaluating them online before we call, when I was at Dot Loop, they did a great job of this. Bonnie, props to Bonnie from Dot Loop, and Alex too. They would actually get a list of all the speakers. They would get a list of all the sessions, and they would actually message the speakers who were speaking on a topic relevant to what they did. So if we have clients that are speaking, if there are sessions at Inman or Inbound or Excellence that are relevant to what we do, like I remember one time we hit up Jeff Lobb. Jeff Lobb's a great speaker. He has a great brand. He's all over the real estate industry. And he was doing some kind of talk about, amazing customer experiences. And Dot Loop and electronic signing is a big part of an amazing experience. So it was sort of relevant, like, hey, Jeff, I know you love mobile and I know you love customer experiences. I just wanted to fill you in on what we're doing at Dot Loop in case that comes up. We're not going to make somebody talk about us, but when you actually do a pre-show stalk, you need to figure out which clients are going to be there. You need to figure out which of your leads are going to be there. And then you definitely need to figure out which speakers are going to be there that we need to suck up to. Number 11, during and immediately following the show, our communication with the home office has to be perfect. When you're in the middle of a trade show and you've got so many people coming over and you get a good lead and you put that card into a stack of 500 others, it might get lost in the shuffle. So what I want you guys to do as opportunities come in for demos, for deals, for speaking gigs, for biz dev, the second that you get an opportunity, you need to send it to Amber and Sarah and then move on. Because you're going to be in the middle of a chaotic event for 3 or 4 days. You're going to forget as much as you remember. So the second you identify a good lead, a good opportunity, a good conversation, take a picture of their card, put it in Slack and send it to Sarah and Amber, and let them add the notes to Follow-Up Boss. Let them book the follow-up appointment, because you're not going to be able to. You're going to be in the middle of the whirlwind of the show. So during the show and immediately after the show, please make sure that you're in constant communication with the team back home. Last 2 things, number 12. Number 12 is that as much as I also hate out of office, I hate business cards and I hate out of office announcements, I need you to turn it on when you're at a trade show. And I know it sucks. I know you got leads emailing you. I know you got new leads coming in. I know it sucks to set up your out of office and you think you can handle it. But this is not optional. I need you laser focused on the trade show. I need you laser focused on the people in front of you. And to truly do that, we need less distractions than ever. So please turn your out of office on, and we're going to route all the leads to the people that aren't out of office for those 3 or 4 days. It's critical that you do that. Have some fun with the message. Give people alternative contacts. Hey, I'm in San Francisco this week. I'm attending one of the premier events in real estate. It's called Inman Connect. If you're there, I hope I see you there. If you have a question that needs immediate assistance, please email Amber or Sarah at Curaytor.com. So your out of office shouldn't just let people know you're gone. It should let them know who to contact because you are, if they need faster help. Number 13, last one, we need to make sure that, like, let's say at Inman, you're at Inman Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, when you're off the clock for 3 or 4 days and you're at a trade show working, your demos and your inside sales go down. So the last thing I want to make sure is that on Monday and Tuesday, when we get back, I want to make sure that our calendars are slammed. Like, When you go to a trade show for 3 or 4 days, sometimes it can take you 3 or 4 more to get the rust off and to get your energy back and to get back in the swing of things. So unfortunately, a lot of times we go to a trade show, we make some sales, but then we miss as many sales as we made because it takes us 2 or 3 days to get our calendar filled again. So I want to make sure that the Monday and Tuesday following these trade shows, Darren and Neil's calendar is booked solid. I don't want people easing their way back into work. I want them hitting the ground running on Monday morning when they get back. So those are some trade show sales best practices. Grab and go mindset, great opening, great swag, great elevator pitch, understanding your goals beyond making a sale, understanding you're on the clock the whole time, being on time, looking fresh, smelling good, planting seeds early, hunting later, having enough cards, doing your pre-show stalk, communicating with the home office, turning on your out of office, having a full calendar when you get back. That is how you do trade show sales. Thanks, guys. Hey, this is Chris. Thanks for listening to my call. If you enjoyed the call, please subscribe right now. Also, share the episode and use the hashtag #CallsWithChris. Every week, I choose a few people randomly to win a free signed copy of the conversion code, my USA Today best-selling book. You can also visit Curaytor.com. That's Curaytor.com to learn more about my company, which is the one I'm running during these calls. We help small businesses grow faster, and we've been featured recently by Inc., Forbes, Fortune, and Entrepreneur Magazine.